Hey Capricorn, welcome to the Violet Flora Tarot. This is going to be your monthly tarot message. I am excited for you to be here. Let's jump in. We're going to explore a couple areas for you, your love life, your job, money, career, and anything else that you might not see coming. So let's jump in, Cappy. What does Capricorn need to know? We're gonna pull some oracle cards first. Okay, you have recognition and reward, authority, and the third eye chakra. Suffering in silence. Why do I feel like he's in that boat, he's moving away? If you have, oh, he's not in a boat. What is that? It looks like a boat. He almost looks like he's like sailing away. We're gonna go with that. If you've been suffering in silence, I think that you're going to be moving into calmer waters, a calmer way of living your life. I think you're moving away from it with that recognition and reward and authority. You might be taking charge. For some of you, I also think you might be getting a lot of spiritual downloads. So pay attention. All right, what's Capricorn's overall energy? Let's see, what's going on right now? Ooh, we have Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords. I feel like this came out in a mini reading that I just did for you. There's something that I think you've been doing or working on. Maybe you've been in an environment where you've been encouraged to ignore your creativity, or maybe even also like your intuition. And for a while you may have been kind of sitting on it and going back and forth of like, do I stay here? Do I leave? Do I go? And with this authority card, I think you're going to be maybe moving up. Some of you might be moving up to become a boss, or taking charge and going in a different direction so you can channel more of your creativity, and you don't have to listen to people who may potentially be misleading you, whether that's intentionally or unintentionally, right? So there's something here. I think that there's like this feeling of uneasiness that may have had you like suffering in silence for a little bit. Okay, let me pull this deck. Let's dive into Capricorn's love life, romantic love. What is going on for my single Capricorn in romantic love? Let's see, Cappy. Ooh, the sun. This is a beautiful start. Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords. Okay, Seven of Swords is coming in again. This might be self-deception. This might be like your thoughts getting away with you, right? Confirmation with the Nine of Swords. If you're a single Capricorn, you might find yourself kind of stuck in this period of time where you're like, is this ever going to happen for me? Should I just keep up? Like, should I just keep going? Should I just give up? With the Sun card and the Ace of Wands, this is a nice energy. I like this for you, especially if you've been like really stressing and having a lot of negative thoughts that may not necessarily be super accurate. Or maybe you also have like a history of dealing with people who aren't the most trustworthy and aren't like aligned with you. But with the Sun card, I think this is a pivot, a shift. For a small portion of you, what I just got is if you've been in this like pattern of choosing people that you end up not being super attracted to, just know with that Ace of Wands, that is going to change. I think that you are going to be choosing people, finding people who you do find really attractive. Like there's like gonna be a mutual attraction with that Sun card. I think you're gonna feel a lot more positive about your love life. Let's see. Any advice for my single Capricorn? Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords there? Four of Cups. For those of you who are like online dating, I think this is highlighting the disappointment, but for some of you, it's almost a message of like, don't give up. It's not saying that your person is definitely online, But it's saying, like, try not to get so disillusioned or like so trapped in your own thoughts, in your own distress that it's never going to happen, that you could be missing or swiping away from people who might be a really great fit for you, you know? I feel like I want to get anything else for the single Capricorn that the single Capricorn needs to know in the romantic love life. Anything else? Yeah, you're overcoming a lot of disappointment. Okay. I think this is calling out some Capricorn. I don't know where it went. It was the Nine of Swords that was on the table. I think you have to be really careful not to get too caught up in the disappointments, the blues about your love life, right? And I know it can be hard not to get discouraged, especially if you dealt with a lot of disappointments. But the Queen of Swords, I think you're taking charge. I think you're like, you know what? I'm done being sad about this. I'm done feeling like it's never going to happen. I'm going to radically change my mindset. And I think you might be really surprised with the results. The Sun card. I think happiness is potentially on the horizon, but you have to be out there looking, and you have to be choosing, right? Choosing to put yourself out there, choosing the right people. And if you happen to choose someone who is not the right fit, cutting it, you know? All right, I'm going to switch decks. I'm going to go back to this deck. All right, how about my Capricorn who are involved in their romantic love life? All right, that card fell on the floor. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to put this down too. Okay, Knight of Swords, Four of Cups. Huh. Capricorn as a whole, the collective Capricorn, I feel like there's some disappointments in the love department. All right, Capricorn, this is for the involved. I feel like you've been doing a lot of waiting around for your person. Or you see them like really busy with other people or other things. But I don't know if you're communicating it. I don't know if your person is aware of possible feelings of abandonment or neglect that you might be carrying. For some of you, I'm getting like it's possible that your person is like getting a lot of success right now, or if they've been like starting something new, like a side gig, a new business, or a job, they might be like having a lot of success with it and really focused on money, or like working on their lifelong dreams. And I think that this might be calling a need for you to get really clear on what it is you want to communicate with them and say it, you know, say how you feel. People cannot read our minds, you know. I want to get some advice for my Capricorn who are involved in the romantic love department. Some advice for the involved Capricorn in romantic love. Let's see. Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's the communication card. Clear communication. This is also you clearing your head. So you are clear on what you want to say, and how you feel, you know? The Sun. Oh, this is beautiful. So I think there's the potential that clear communication is leading to the connection becoming happier and deepening love, right? Or even like a feeling of like a fresh start, especially if it's been stale, or you've been caught in negative patterns, right? With the World card, those negative patterns might be coming to a close. This might be an opportunity for you to really grow in the relationship and strengthen the relationship at its core. I like that for you, Cappy. That's great. Growth. I love growth. All right, let's switch over to job, money, career from a Capricorn. Let's see, Cappy. What's going on in your career and money? Knight of Cups. I love seeing the King of Pentacles in a money and career reading. So it seems like you're propelling forward. There's like forward, like powerful forward movement. This actually might be something that happened very quickly, where maybe there was an opportunity that you were able to take, whether it's at work or if you work for yourself. For some of you, it might be like work, right? You may have had like an opportunity to work with a certain client, like a referral, or it could be some sort of a job offer or promotion. I think this is bringing up a lot of mental distress and a lot of anxiety, and just overall like a lot of like your past pains coming up, which may include self-doubt. But with that King of Pentacles, like you have what it takes. This could be like a really lucrative path for you, right? With the Nine of Pentacles. It just might take you to kind of readjust, rebalance your life a little bit, right? Like the work-life balance, or you may have to do a little bit more here or a little bit more there, stuff like that. Because I feel like this offer is pretty solid. Looks like money is looking good. These are like my two favorite money cards, honestly, is the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Like it really doesn't get much better than that. Maybe the Ten of Pentacles, but those two are like solid. Anything else? Any like advice for my Capricorn in job, money, and career? Let me say. You gotta rest. You have to rest. There may be some unaddressed past pains, like unhealed stuff, potentially. And you really might be forced to take a look at it. And I think this might be a little bit of a warning that those self-doubts and negative ways of talking to yourself or negative ways of talking to yourself are going to serve as a blockage. You may be really overworked too, right? Because the Four of Swords comes in where it's like, you need to rest, you're burned out. You know, Knight of Pentacles might be a little bit of a slowdown if you can. Okay, Capricorn, let's get you a Divine Angel Oracle card. Okay, oops, that card's there. Random, it's the Death card. So yeah, there's like a transformation that might kind of come up out of nowhere. And you might be forced to look at some things that you've been avoiding. I don't think it's anything to be afraid of. It might take some courage in knowing that it might not be as scary as you think, you know? All right, let's get your Divine Angel Oracle card. Release. Yeah, and completion. This is the big one. 876, let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve your highest good. Embrace freedom in your life. Yeah, this could be like working through past traumas, releasing doubts and your own mental barriers that you place yourself. Completion. 999. Release what no longer serves you. This is like the same message. What no longer serves you, and prepare to embark on a new chapter filled with opportunities. Capricorn, that is beautiful. There's a big opportunity. I keep getting like, don't be scared. There might be a lot of fear out there for some of you, because this can lead to a beautiful evolution. Keep yourself grounded. All right, Capricorn, there's your monthly read. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk soon. Bye.